DFCRadio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro.
5 o'clock. You know what time it is. Dinner's ready. The Hydro Chef's in the kitchen, cooking it up for you. If you've never experienced this, you're about to experience something so cold. And it ain't my food. Get ready. The dude with the attitude, the chef with the most, the cannabis ambassador to the culinary world. I am the Hydroponic Chef, here to entertain you for the next hour. We are the only show offering edible reviews, edible news, and interviews with the top brands and names in the cannabis industry. So sit back, light a joint, take an edible, try to get on my level, because what we're going to talk about today, you're going to have to be on the same wavelength, all right? We got CBD news, we got cannabis news, we're talking about some state legalization, and we got a good show lined up for you. None other than Gina J herself is in the building.
Hey!
Staying litter than most of y'all, that's for sure.
Hello. I thought you knew. If you don't, now you do.
Yep, she's a second time appearance here now, so you're starting to get a little comfortable. I see you already rolling up.
This is my family. I asked first, though. You know I like to follow, the rules.
Yeah, we don't want to piss off the neighbors, right?
No, not at all.
So what are you smoking on before we get into this this news?
This is something from Western Green Mamba. Is definitely some type of OG. I didn't even catch the name. You know how I get them blessings, though.
Yeah, shout out to the boys up in the high desert, growing it for all the right reasons.
The right ones.
Clean cannabis to the market. Mm-hmm. Western Green Mamba.
It's so clean. That's
clean green.
I got clean green is the scene. That's what it is.
So if you're gonna do it right. So
absolutely.
So we like to put a light onto people that are doing it right out here, and another people that are doing it right is Mystery Baking Company. Ooh. They are our in-studio guest as well tonight. We got Scooby and Chris coming in. They're gonna medicate our faces off with some of their awesome
I'm almost nervous
culinary confections. They got the peanut butters, they got the spreads, the cookies, the cakes, the Rice Krispie
those strips, though. You know what it is? Those candy strips, those old school.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know when to stop.
Candy store.
Those right there are like really taking me back. I don't know when to stop on those. Those are kind of crucial to your girl.
And it's funny too, because you eat one or two and you're like, oh man, this one's not as strong as the other, and then you have that extra one and you're like, what have I done?
What did I do? What did I do? Yeah.
Sit down, reverse.
I'm in too deep.
I can't wait to have them though. Yeah.
And then Scooby's been doing it for many moons now. He was one of our very first inaugural guests on the Farm to Table Cannabis. We haven't had him back in over a year, so this is really a long time coming. Excited for this. And Gina, you're doing it for all the right reasons yourself, too. Host extraordinaire, and tonight co-hosting Farm to Table Cannabis.
Because I love you, bro.
That's it. You always got the good vibes, and I think that's a lot of the reasons why I catch you at a lot of the same events. I'm trying to be selective when I do these events.
Me too.
You want to make sure that, if you're going to be representing the industry, you don't want to just be at any old event.
And everything.
I do love giving back, but God, don't ask me to come to the sesh. And
I mean, when do we elevate? There's things of elevation in your career too. Not to say that.
We haven't outgrown the sesh. It's just
no. I'll come visit and see the homie, or stop through, show some love, some support. Maybe
I can't set up a table there and vend
anymore.
No,
that's not happening.
Yeah,
you can't get me to sit there and even grab the mic, because in reality, no, that puts me on face like she's in the building doing whatever that we're not supposed to be doing.
See, and you got to be extra careful with that now, and that's why you've seen a lot of these people in the cannabis marketing side of things. They've been making a shift, and we're going to talk about that a little bit with you later, and some of your awesome networking skills. You are a networker extraordinaire.
Man, I don't know how it even came about, but I think it's this, clout, this mouth.
And having the ability to decipher through the bullshit and making a good gut check, that's a lot of it has to do with that, too.
Energy
So we'll teach you how to, the signs to look for when to not fuck with someone.
Oh, man, yeah, definitely. One thing is called your gut feeling. Like if you already second guess it in your, the first introduction, then you might go ahead and run with that gut.
Yeah, that's it too. Yeah. You got to be careful with what you know. We also got a prank call coming up. I'm gonna make you laugh today, Gina.
I love pranks. Well, I don't know, not all pranks, okay? Because I don't need everybody going out there. See, that's the fuck shit that I'm talking about. I'm not ready for shit like that.
See, we'll keep it. We'll keep it PG. We'll keep it PG.
Now you got me looking in the corners and shit. Like, what's in the corner?
So as always, we like to start out the show with a little news. We're gonna go down to the great state of Alabama. to the Montgomery State Senate committee passed a bill to allow medical marijuana, cleared its first hurdle Wednesday in the Alabama legislature, giving hope to advocates after years of setbacks. Audience members applauded as Senate Judiciary Honorable Committee voted 8-1 for the bill, putting it in line for a Senate floor vote later this season. Now, the bill by Republican Senator Tim Melson would allow people to be prescribed medical cannabis for 15 conditions, including cancer, anxiety, chronic pain, and purchase cannabis products at a licensed dispensary.
This was not in there, was it? That's part of
We're ad-libbing a little bit here. They're in Alabama.
All right, Alabama.
Whoa,
Alabama, slow it down.
The bill would allow marijuana in forms such as pills, gelatinous cubes, oil, skin patches, and creams.
Okay.
But not products consumed by smoking or vaping, because they don't want any chads in Alabama.
They don't want no potheads, is what you're saying. Yeah.
So
CBD is health and wealth, and hemp is value, right? Okay.
Money or health.
Yeah, okay.
So
What's
this
up,
bill is
Alabama?
not about getting high. The bill is about getting well, said
Yeah.
Dr. Alan Shackelford,
Oh,
a Colorado
you
doctor.
did good with that name. You did great with that name.
He comes from the Shackelford clan.
Oh,
There's a long line of Shacklefords.
No
His
wonder
father
it's
was
all
a
about money.
Shackelford. His grandfather was a Shackelford. And his great-grandfather was a fucking Shackelford. So Colorado doctors who describe the success of using marijuana on people with seizures and cancer. Christy King said that her son Hardy's debilitating seizures have been helped by CBD oil, now legal in Alabama, but said the higher doses that could help him aren't legal in the state. So Alabama taking some steps in the right direction.
She gangsterly getting some other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it is in California, where in California, if you want to dose your kid and and you're in a medical situation, and you can do that without the fears of repercussions. But in Alabama, it's a whole different world over there.
It's like having a J in Texas.
Yeah, the equivalency. That's a good analogy.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think that we should be able to CBD, especially introduce CBD to our children. The value of CBD. There are so much benefits. Like she said, a lot of children are seeing the effects of their ADHD.
I know anxiety was a motherfucker for me growing up, and I didn't do the.
If I could high five you across this table.
Yeah, and I mean it was like the stresses of class, always thinking about how much pressure. And when you're a kid, the pressure is so much worse. It's weird.
I think bullying wouldn't exist too. Like if you got you a little
I think
CBD
that's why
drop
I got
in
started.
there.
No, not enough CBD. No, but I mean, if you're gonna dose your kids, you got to dose responsibly, and you got to make sure you're reading up on it and doing the right knowledge, because you got to make sure you're in a state, first of all, where that's acceptable.
Absolutely.
And Alabama's making some steps in the right direction. We're going to go over to the cold the state of Colorado, where they hit a record in 2019 for marijuana sales, and these figures were just released. And last year was the most lucrative 12 months for cannabis sales in Colorado since the state's voters legalized it. Wow. And I mean, this has been a maturing market, and they've seen some bad times out there. They've seen some good times, and so 2019 is
They're seeing some equal times.
I think it's the comeback year, and medical and recreational cannabis sales hit a record 1.75 billion in 2019, up 13% from 2018, according to the Department of Marijuana Revenue Enforcement Division.
The shit that's not legal. That's crazy. We got all these divisions and we ain't federally. This shit is crazy. Where are they putting this money?
It hit an all-time high at more than 302 million in 2019. So December closed out last year with a strong sales of more than 144 million. That's 6.7% compared to the previous year. But this wasn't the biggest month in 2019. August was the biggest month with 173 million sales.
Wow.
So think about it. The weather gets better in Colorado. The depression goes away. You need to get out and do something and walk in the woods, because I don't know what the fuck else you do in Colorado when there's not snow.
Snowboarding.
And you need to get
skiing.
lit. Oh, probably kayaking.
Kayaking.
I don't think kayaking. I mean whitewater rafting.
Water rafting.
You won't catch me in one of the motherfuckers again.
No, you'll see me on the side laughing at some shit. We're making videos on the sideline, Devin. That's us.
I did whitewater rafting one time, and I put that on everything. I thought I was gonna lose my life. And it wasn't because the water was crazy.
It wasn't like
in
at
the
an amusement
Colorado.
park?
It was in the Colorado
real.
River, but it was in the the Colorado River runs through, I think, New Mexico or Arizona or some shit. I don't remember. It was a desert, and the fucking water was crazy. And my boys were falling around and shit, and they just bumped off me like I was going to keep them in, like they're going to stay in the boat, and he just bumped off me. Luckily, there was a rock behind me. I smash up against the rock, fall back in the boat.
Oh,
you
you
fell
out the boat,
and then
and the
in
rock
the boat.
pushed you back in the boat.
I was like,
oh,
all right.
Yeah, see?
So, it's like that. All right.
See, it's
so
like
when
that. That's
when we
why
got
I
to
know
rougher waters, we got to less rougher waters, so I didn't want to kill anybody. I bumped his ass out the boat.
Oh shit! He said because I didn't. I
and
saved
that
your
just
life,
shows that's
bro.
why I can't be stranded on a desert island or some crazy shit like that. If the fucking plane goes down and we have to swim to shore, shit, y'all better eat me first, because I am already plotting on how I'm gonna cook you guys and infuse
This
you.
is some shit. Devin gotta go. Now that I know this shit,
it's
the
a
first
scary
person
moment,
to go
but
is Devin. You
can't
just
trust-
told me some shit, y'all.
You can't trust the fat dude on the island.
Okay, fat
He's
kid already
obviously
looked
gonna-
at us
he's
like we were
obvious-
food. Okay, on the boat. Like, oh look at it. I could
I was
put
like,
food on her. She looks
coconuts, lizards. Oh, that's my homie. All right, that's fucked up. We're going to go over to Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Times got a good article that came out by Patrick McGreevy talking about how legal marijuana use still costs people their jobs after all these years already. So California voters legalized pot in 2016, but many seeking jobs in state government, cannabis, and other jobs, they face obstacles to getting hired. Now, a spike in the number of job applicants disqualified by state agencies after failing tests for cannabis use has spawned calls for new legislation and debate over whether employment rules should be relaxed, giving more widespread acceptance of the drug. The number of applicants for state correctional officer jobs also that were disqualified by testing positive for cannabis more than doubled from 503 in 2015 to 1,553 or 53 in 2018. Last year, 813 prison guard applicants were disqualified for cannabis.
Wow.
With more California job applicants in the private sector also failing marijuana drugs tests, they're being disqualified. Legislation advocates that, including a legislator, are calling on the state to change the employment laws. I don't think a ban on cannabis is fair or necessary to have a safe workplace, said Ellen Comp of the California Normal Association, which supports Proposition 64, the 2016 initiative that legalized cannabis. Assemblyman Rob Bonta, a Democrat from Alameda, said that taking the first step in addressing this issue, he would introduce legislation Friday that would require employers in both the public and private sector to accommodate workers and job applicants who use marijuana for medical purposes, which was legalized since, 1996.
Exactly. So accommodate.
It seems like a no-brainer thing, but I mean,
why is our state so slow to this? Like other states that don't even have cultivation has already jumped. Like, yeah, let's not, fuck with them about.
You look at states like Nevada too. They got hip to it real quick,
fast. That's what I'm saying. What's going on with us? Why are we like? I feel like because we're 66% holder of everything, like they're putting the law on us. Like they're putting the guns on us. Like, yeah, okay, California, you're the bad kids. We know it.
But still set the standard at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, shit. I mean, we're the one that holds it down. So if they can control it here, why not?
And to the controversial subject of the evening, I always like to lead off into this. The pay to play on cannabis shelves, guys, it's fucking getting crazy now. It's he who has the most money gets to be in the shop. And it's pushing out the smaller guys, the social equity owners, the people that really were around first before some of these big companies. Yeah, and the Marijuana Business Daily did an article on this. Margaret Jackson, you guys get a minute, go check her out. She writing good stuff. So the increasing competitive cannabis market is fostering a pay-to-play mentality among both marijuana retailers and the brands they carry. Known as slotting fees, the practice requires brands to pay anywhere between $500 to $15,000 a month for premium space on marijuana retailer store shelves. Cannabis industry experts recommend marijuana brands build the fees into their budget because they can cut into their profit margins. The fees are not tax deductible either. So while slotting fees are common among mainstream retailers, many in the cannabis industry are just starting to encounter them. Slotting fees could have repercussions in a fledgling industry such as cannabis, though they already are common in California. In the early market, it's a slippery slope because it can really affect the customer's perception of a product's quality, said Shane Terry, CEO of Taproots Holding. And I don't think it's something we can come and stop unless the state decides to regulate it. But it's as a practice, personally, a little concerned about the state of the industry. He's mad probably because his product's not getting on the shelf because of it, right?
Pretty much.
$15K to a lot of craft cannabis producers to get their product on the shelf seems a bit much. And I'm sure that's going to That's going to be a hard pill to swallow for an up and coming brand. But there are guys out there.
15K is not even like they're merching. Like they don't have that for merch, you know. Like
then there's guys out there right now
marketing.
that will gladly pay that to get into some of these big name
mom and pops,
biggest stores in LA. You know the ones you walk into and they look like a fucking Apple store and shit. Hardwood floors, white walls, shit like that.
Yeah,
those are the stores. Yeah, $15,000 to be on the shelf here.
Yeah,
and you wonder why there's a high price on the cannabis. So you know it's passed to the consumers. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's budgeted for into the dispensary. And you're going to be paying more for that. So, you know, it's up to you to decide if the premium brand is what's worth it for you. If, you know, paying that premium price for a brand that has to put the $15,000 a month to have their brand on the shelf.
Right.
You know, call in 562-653-0707. We want to get your opinion on the product, you know. Pay to play to be on the shelf. Is it a thing that should be around? Is it a thing that should not be around? We want to hear your opinion. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Mystery Bacon's going to be in the studio. I'm going to get up in Gina J's ear with that blunt. And we'll be back. 562-653-0707. We might even got a caller online. I think they want to talk about East Coast Grow.
Yeah, let's do it. DFCRadio.com. Check out this track right here. So Fly, So High by the Saint 562 and Sir Lance.
We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high. Big split smoker, don't need no bowler. So roll my doja, I can first show ya. Big stench odor, Christmas cola. Sticky as the growers, we gon' take more up. We gon' see more bud, pockets on forest. Yeah, they cheer for us, cause we got more of what they want in store plus. If I can't fly, I'ma puff till I soar up. Good day for 'em. The way I run these trees, you could say I run forest. Yeah, I run for it, run toward it. Haters can't ignore it, all that ladies love it. It's so euphoric, they so blatantly adore. Bumping all the cuts as we cruising to the night. Like that cut from DJ Quick, cause it's going down tonight. Just sliding at the split so I can hit it while I ride. And shorty looking swift, I'ma hit it while I drive. We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high.
Fire up another split. Take a hit, show life I'm fucking with. And I'd be lying if I said my life is perfect. I'm hurting inside enough for me to catch a birdie. Lungs turning black smoke till my chest is burning. Can't hold back, I'm high till the morning. We brew money, it's the only thing that levels me. You can call it remedy, but never gets the best of me. Twist to get it lifted while I'm shipping to the bitches. Got me feeling like the riches, I'm on it, so get with it. Flipping on that killing soul, smoking with a privilege. Take it high, then to get this, so don't mind if I'm tripping. Gotta keep my hustle up, so I smoke the top shelf. If your lungs ain't strong enough, smoke with somebody else. I need that good, burning like wood should. I could wood, burn it like good wood should. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun.
We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high.
DFCRadio.com. Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and that was compatible with hydro soil and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man, I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
What up, people? It's your girl, Justina Valentine, and I'm rocking out with the Saint 562. Let's go. Word.
DFCRadio.com. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah,
All right. We are back at DFC Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. We got Gina J in the studio. We got Mystery Baking in the studio. What up, Chris?
What's up, Devin?
Oh, man, you came on a good day. We're getting lit in here today.
Yes, sir.
We were just smoking on some of that Green Mamba over here from Gina J's crew.
That was fire.
Yeah, lit to the most.
Yeah.
So as always, we like to keep our stores up to date, and we want to make sure everyone's on their toes. So we take callers from now to then, and sometimes they're even a prank call, so you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay.
So let's go to line one.
Call
See what we have going on for a regular old-fashioned phone call. Make sure we got somebody ready to talk. You're on the line, DFC Radio.
Long Beach Hydroponics.
You're on the radio.
How you doing?
What up?
What's up, man?
Hello?
John, line one.
Hey, John, line one.
What's up, man? You hear us?
Caller, are you present?
What the hell?
Is that a prank call?
What is going on?
Was that the prank call?
Yeah,
You got him locked in. You got to unlock
Prank
it.
us?
You trying to prank me?
He's locked in. You got to unlock it. There you go. Then just put it on hold.
What's that?
All right, we're back. DFC Radio. Prank call didn't go as planned, but sometimes that
Good
shit
night, Pop.
happens. Let's take the second caller. We got caller calling out of Bellflower. What up, Steve?
Yo,
Yo, what up, Steve?
what's going on?
Oh, we can't call it. Just out here fucking getting litter than shitter.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's about that time of hour, man. I've just been running around and shit, daily shit, working, picking up the kids and shit. So, I've been having it going already, but it's about that time to get that last in and ride down and lay it down, get ready for tomorrow. Shout out to Jenny J, though.
Hey, how you doing?
What's
Thank
going
you
on?
for calling.
Good.
What you smoking on?
Man, I got some shit from this. Man, I'm really not a fan of the legal shots, but I got some.
That's right. Hold on. Let's give him a round of applause real quick.
all right, Mom
he
and Pops.
supports his local grower. He supports. He don't really do the dispensary look. He supports the mom and poppers.
Hell yeah.
Man, hell nah. I fuck around and went in there. I spent $120 on the ounce. I got some Cake OG and some hair Joanna or some shit like that. So, but
Was it crispy or was it soft? And
yeah, describe it to her.
Well, it wasn't even as like how you said. It couldn't be a mom and pop shop. Like I'm involved in the growing shit. So it's pretty much all the weed wasn't even trimmed up. It still had water leaves and all the good stuff. I'm like,
So Steve, it's weird because you go to a lot of dispensaries. You get to see a lot of different shit out there, and
exactly.
So not everything's always up to par in this game. Now, what do you think of the thought of whoever put that tree on there actually had to pay money to have that product on the shelf?
Man, I honestly think I could have went to I want to go to like an illegal shop, honestly, to get my weed, 'cause I know I probably could have got a better deal and whatnot. So
one of the homie sessions, right on a
man, right there on the nugget. I'm like, so first and foremost, they didn't have any menus like any illegal shops. You walk in, they got full menu. Well, actually, not even that. To top it off, they only have like a gram or like 2 grams in the thing to where you can smell it, and you can barely even smell the weed. So it's like, and it's just overrated, because I guess my boy was saying something about some run shit. I haven't got to that and smoked it, but they wanted $70, $80 an eighth for that.
Plus tax.
Oh, that just made me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So it's times like this, Steve, that we like to recommend that you grow your own.
Hey,
and no easier way to do it than to pick up some products from your local hydro store. Support your local hydro store. Don't buy on Amazon. Those motherfuckers will fuck you.
That part. And you're not too far away from this hydro store.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too. We got lots of good stores in the area. Long Beach Hydro. Shout out to those guys. Those guys been doing it for many moons.
Definitely.
Hey.
And I heard they even take phone calls too if you call.
Oh dang, that's crazy.
And, but yeah, grow advice is how you take it. You got to make sure you're asking the right questions to get the right advice, and we're always here to help you for that. Do you got any cooking with cannabis questions or any gardening questions?
Yeah, actually, so I wanted to confirm because it's a back and forth thing. I'm new to this game. My boy Jay, he put me on. He actually been telling me forever just to call the number and ask me whatever question I had, and I like, everybody think they know everything, but I like to get resources and the right resources that's going to put me to the right way and where I can find the right answer. But pretty much want to see and confirm when is the best season to grow, because I had a hard time. My boy, he gave me well over 100 plants, and only thing I had one job to do, as they say. So I went for my boy, and I'm like let's grow. Only thing you gotta worry about the lights. Okay, that's nothing. We both got jobs and whatnot, so you take care of the light bill, which and foremost my boy says not going to go up, whatever. So but he's listening to his dad, and my boy told me yeah, so go ahead, go grow whatever come May, go ahead and drop it outside, So, but he's eager. Listen to his dad. Dad said no, it's time to go outside. He didn't know if they was clones or they was from seeds. So the difference between when can you put a seed outside and when can you put a clone outside. So, and that was the thing. Wind up, I got fucked over. So I pulled my plants from his house. Let him keep pretty much. I was giving him half. He thought pretty much the whole plants was pretty much his, and it was a whole mess. The tent was his boy, and then he thought he was going to get some like a whole pound or 2 pounds or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he thought he was going to get.
Delusions of grandeur in his head.
Man, so it was just like a big ass mess about that. So,
well, here's what I want you to know right off the rip. Putting a seed right in the ground outside is never a great way to go. It's always better to start your seeds inside, let them get trained, let them get used to, growing under some light, and then you can slowly acclimate them to some outside. That would be the first. So, and if you want to know the first ideal time to take plants from inside outside, that's also going to be up to you how big you want the plants to get. Because after the first frost, and you start getting those more hours of darkness and less hours of light, that's going to keep your plant in veg. But once the light outside, you start getting more on the summer equinox. That's when you're going to get the 12 and 12 closer to the blooming light cycle. That's why when you put your plant inside, you just have the light on all the time, it never blooms. Or if you put it outside and you get night and day on a consistent 12 and 12 or as close as you can, that's going to get you into that bloom. So that's another thing you need to pay attention to. You can look at the Farmer's Almanac for your region too. It'll give you a lot of good data on, light times, when the solstice is, when the equinox is, and when the best time for planting not just cannabis, but for all your vegetables outside. That goes for everything.
For
Because
everything.
if we only cared about what we put in our body as far as plants and vegetables as much as we cared about our weed, we'd all be a lot healthier, you know?
Right.
So that's a good question. And then I think for growing outdoor, and if you're just doing your 6 plants in your legal area, you know, you're going to want to grow them fuckers big, right?
Yeah,
Veg them bitches for 3 months outside. And if you have to do some false light, or maybe even get a little grow greenhouse for the back, you know, just a smaller greenhouse. You ain't got to go fucking, football field length. You can just get an itty bitty little personal one. We call it the Masonic setup. It's a good look, because then you can have control over when your plants are getting the light and dark, and you can tell them when you want to bloom when they get as big as you want them.
Yeah, exactly. So we had it pretty much in like, it was around this time, and it's like just before May. He's like, just put them outside, and he just put them outside. My friend was like, watch, the bitches gonna flip, and he just kept laughing. I'm like, well, it don't have nothing to do with me. You gave me every step of what to do and the soil to use and everything. So I was going by what you said, you know. So then here he comes. He want to go off what his dad says, and
everybody knows somebody who knew something.
Right.
Well,
here's what I was told.
We're gonna get you set straight every time. You call in every Wednesday from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock with Farm to Table Cannabis and the Heavy Tea Grow Show. We'll get you pointed in the right direction when it comes to cannabis advice. All right.
Okay, appreciate it.
Dude, for asking that good question, I'm going to hook you up with a magic butter machine. We got Chef Scooby just showed up right now. Chef Scooby, you want to give away the magic butter machine to this nice caller, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Steve.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What did you just win?
Man, you just won the magic butter making machine.
Hello.
You can also make oil with it. It's a great machine. I use it. I was blessed by a magical butter. They blessed me.
Shout out to Chris Whitner and all the team out there, Garen, all those guys. Yo, you just made out like a bandit today,
you really
Steve.
Did. Can we cook together? Can we get together on that one?
Man, we might have to put something together.
Hell yeah.
Hello.
So send me your information so I can deliver that to you, and then I will come over and eat all your food and smoke all your weed and sleep on your couch.
Sounds like a plan. I'm coming with them.
Man, all right. Cheers, man. Much respect.
All right,
thanks for calling Farm to Table Cannabis.
Got another caller?
Yeah, we got another caller, but we're going straight to the Scoob. What's up, Scoob? Fresh off the freeway. Were you medicating in traffic?
You know, I had an edible before I left, so about halfway through kicked in, so I'm chilling right now.
That's right.
Fresh.
He's feeling good,
Yep,
you know, anything worth doing is worth doing right. And
man, I hear that.
Scoob, you dressed the part today.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't come to the Hydro Chef show not prepped up, you know.
Man, you're looking
off
good.
The kitchen, straight off the kitchen.
Yeah, real fresh, man, real fresh.
Had to do it.
Dude, you since the last time you've been on the show, you were one of our inaugural guests, one of the first guests we ever had on the show. Game recognized game. I think it was Brian or Chris. Saw your product in the background of one of my cooking demos, and was like, "Yo, we gotta get with this guy." And next thing you know, we're doing the show together, and I catch you guys at every event. I've been watching your guys' since infancy all the way up to now. You guys are legal in the legal market now, pushing it.
Hey now.
Actually, we're at the shop right here at the Circle down the block.
Oh, so you right around the corner. I can walk down the street.
You can get CBD products right at the block, right down the block, or
right down the block,
or you can order products online now too. So you guys have made a huge leap in the in the world of marketing and just being able to be accessible.
Man, it's been a tough journey, to be honest with you. You know, we started this back a while back, and it has developed to something totally different than we first started off with, you know. And it's been a blessing. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of, you know, especially now with the legalization, it's been really tough on us, but we've been just trying to stay at it, hard working and try to stay inspired and keep going, you know, because right now a lot of companies are falling off that started when we started, you know, and
throwing so much money out there, doing things not necessarily for the culture, just wanted to throw money out there and be seen.
100%.
Oh, that happened. A lot of flossing. You're talking about a lot of floss, but I mean, a lot of those people put into their company too, and it was set for corporation, mom and pops, not to be. It's not. They can't compete with so many of what we were already, you know, in this culture.
It's tough, you know. We went to a CBD convention in Miami not too long ago, and there you could see like corporations like moving in and like taking the branding, like the
Everything
you
we
know what I'm
created, our
saying? Like,
culture,
our
culture.
I seen an energy drink with the weed leaf on it, and I was tripping out, and it was like, it was a big promotion. It's a big brand. I don't even want to mention them, but it was a big company that literally just came in, and they starting CBD, and eventually I'm sure they're gonna move into the THC once it becomes even more legal in more states.
When
you know,
they can turn over the money.
But it's been
legally.
Yeah, no doubt.
Legally.
And so you've been going to all the events now. You've been promoting the brand.
Every show.
And since the last time you were here, you went to culinary school.
Man, you know, we had to do it right because, you know, we had...
Serve Safe certified, motherfucker.
Yes.
We had to, we've been doing this, you know, home style for a long time. And then we wanted to perfect the craft, you know. So my whole team, all my brothers, we joined a cooking school, and we were taught by Chef Susan, and she blessed us. She's been, you know, a real good tool for our team and for our company, and she put us on game on recipes, and we learned a lot, and we just took that route really, you know, really hard, and just kept going, and everything we do now is like, you know, high quality.
Oh, chef,
you know what I'm saying?
So you
like,
chefing.
We chefing. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me.
Officially now.
Sound like some chefing's going.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, you know, the Hydro Chef inspired us a lot, because what happened is that at some point, Hydro Chef invited us to be at one of his events, and Brian went, and he was inspired by it because, you know, the Hydro Chef was like using the peanut butter and making recipes and like getting down. So when
infusing
he came,
they have a versatile product. You can use it in so many different things, and a lot of people don't realize, like, peanut butter isn't just for sweets. It's a great savory product. You can do like
I love
lots
peanut
of stuff
butter.
with
I ain't gonna lie.
He was making, I believe, chicken with it, or
like
a sauce,
a Thai chicken skewers.
You know,
So
when Brian came back with that, he was like, "Man, the Hydro Chef put us on game. Like, we got to step it up." So then we took like the whole chef thing to the next level. You know, we really like got into like learning the craft.
Congratulations,
of
going
baking,
back to getting
you know,
the degree though to hold it down.
You know
for
what I'm
your
saying? Because
company.
you want to be like, you know, you want to be certified at least on your craft. You know what I'm saying? And if you could, why not? You know, like it was a no brainer. Like, yo, they got a baking class, like, let's take it. Oh, they got another one, let's take it. Oh, they got a degree, let's get it. Like, you know,
it all fell together, you know, because it was all craft and products that you could use in your everyday cooking. You know, you have the knowledge to apply it to a commercial kitchen. Now, let's talk commercial kitchen. The next thing you guys had to do, and this is one of the biggest, you know, crown jewel of your guys' achievement, is you have your own kitchen now.
So we have our own kitchen. We're in the city of Maywood, a legal kitchen, and we build it from scratch. And you know what I'm saying? From the floor drains to the right flooring to the right plumbing to the right, you know,
this is a
walls.
family. Yeah, this is all family.
It's like, you know, it's been hard
family
work.
operation.
No
for
doubt,
real.
no doubt.
From the ground up. That's dope.
So
from the root.
From the root, but building the kitchen was tough too, you know. So it was a lot of hard work, you know, dealing with contractors or dealing with like the city, you know, the city of Maywood, they require certain permits that LA don't, or you know, they're like different. So we grew up in the LA area, so going to the city of Maywood and working with the new city, it was a little bit difficult, you know, but we've been working with them, and they blessed us, and now, you know, we got a certified kitchen, and it's cannabis, you know, manufacturing cannabis. So
you got your license for cooking and manufacturing. So
you heard the man.
You're coming into the grow world then.
Well, we don't have enough space for growing, but, you know, who knows? You know, eventually
the sky's the limit now. And having that in your possession is being able to do that when the time comes, because that's where, you know, that's really where you keep your costs down, your ability to be able to create your own ingredients.
For sure.
Let's take a call real quick. We got someone calling in. Caller, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Compton.
Oh, you know who that is. You know who that is already. Say, state your name.
I'm out here in Compton with the Black Ink crew. This is Chef Rudy calling in for Miss Gina J and the Hydro Chef. DFC Radio. We're in the house, farm to table. What?
So word on the street is you're getting a logo today.
Is it today?
Yeah, I'm about to get tatted right now.
Right now,
From,
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this is Cannabis
Yeah, I
Catered
know,
Events
we
on the
just-
line. Chef Rudy Flip Flantabulous himself. Now he's gonna get some tattoo. And then what's this I hear you might be on? You might be on another TV show.
Yeah, we're gonna be out here on Friday. We're gonna be feeding the crew on camera for the season opener. Season 2, we're gonna be doing like a party for the crew, and they're gonna be partying it up, and my food's gonna be on camera with me, and anyone else who wants to pull up, you're more than welcome to come through, Chef. Ms. Gina J.
I'll be present.
Oh yeah, we like to come out there and show out for
Friday
sure.
morning, y'all know. I got the
shit,
connect.
this a
Whoever
morning
wants to be
call?
on TV, VH1.
He said this is
Black Ink Crew
work.
Compton.
Get your
Let's
asses
go.
up.
Yes,
7
Yes,
o'clock alarm.
Compton.
Turn up. You getting your
Saint-
tattoo today,
Saint,
yo?
you'll play some Compton, all right?
Hey.
I gotta pull up on you. What time you getting this tattoo? I'm pulling up.
I was told to be here like 9:30, so I'm gonna be here at 8:30.
I need to come smoke your nerves out.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
I love
Let's
you,
go.
King. Thank you for
Shout out to
calling.
Rudy.
I love you guys too, man.
Rudy, what's
All
the
you
next
guys-
event for Cannabis
Oh,
Catered
shit.
Events?
You should have. Well,
Yeah,
you don't
Hydro
know.
Chef is the truth. Hydro Chef approved. Always looking out for that check mark, man. I'll follow you. I see you. You an inspiration to us all. Without
he
you,
is.
I'd never be who I am because I almost quit, man. You remember at that Cannabis Chef Showdown, you the one, man, who kept me going. So
No, I
I love you,
appreciate
bro.
that, Rudy. You're a legend, man.
doing
And
you.
Solid, man.
Don't
That's a real
change, Rudy.
solid.
Just keep doing you. You found your path, and you keep on guiding it, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
I ain't
sir.
above you, and I ain't below you. I'm right there with you,
No.
man.
Hey.
Man, we compadres, man. We right there, eye to eye. I love you, man.
Much
Take
love
care.
to you too, bro. Thanks for doing it for the right reasons. So,
Okay.
hey, it's love, and that's what it is in the cannabis cooking game. Like everyone shows the same amount of love. There's very little ego than it is in some of the other cooking world. It's weird, and it's one of the few explored areas in cannabis right now. I mean, in cooking. Everything's been done to death in cooking. You can't come up with a lot of new cooking techniques.
Right.
But there's a bunch of
Been
food
done.
out there that's never been infused, not been brought to the market, and mystery baking, you guys started
That's
off
right.
with some of that. So, there's some things that aren't around anymore, and there's some things that are around. But what are the new products right now? And what can we expect for 2020 from you guys?
Man, 2020 started for us in a really good note. Like we were at the MJ Biz conference, and us starting, being like a mom and pop company and like family owned and grassroots.
That's big. MJ
It's-
Biz.
But we, what I'm saying is that we don't have like the budget that some of these companies have, right? So at the MJ Biz conference, we're able to, do what we had to do to be able to meet certain investors that might be willing to work with us and believe in what we've
What
been
you're
working on.
putting-
So
right.
for 2020, we're hoping to connect with some of these people and take our brand really to the next level and become a multi-state operator and be able to operate mystery baking and multiple.
Oh, it's gonna happen, bro. I'm like, what you've already done is amazing. What you've put your foot down in this. Like, we need to see more of that.
He's under 30. This guy's not even 25 yet.
Wow.
How old are you?
I'm 34. So
I'm just playing. All right.
Shit, he had me though. I'm like,
I had
hey,
her for a minute there.
But
But hey,
that mystery
but
of
dude,
baking,
passes
something's
fast.
holding
the
you
game.
down.
It's the game. It's the game, though. The knowledge, the game recognized game. And I want you to take a minute. And I don't want to put you on the spot here, but you have an amazing story about MJ BizCon and what people can do. And I would normally ask my guests, what are a recommendation you do to anyone to get in the industry? But I want you to tell the story about
No
when
doubt.
you walked in that fucking MJ BizCon Investor Summit. It was an investor summit part of it. It was part of the MJ BizCon
Yeah.
with nothing but investors in there and people giving pitches. There was a guy who went up there. He talked his mouth off, na. And Scoop, take over,
bro. So, man, I bought my ticket last minute to MJ Biz, and I noticed that you can buy for an extra $100. You can buy a ticket to like a luncheon. So then, I got I couldn't afford for me and my other brothers to go to this, so we just bought one extra ticket to go to this luncheon. So I went. So when I walked in there, I really didn't expect, to go how it went, but I just walked in there. I brought my decks. I brought like 30 decks with like my proposals on it, like what we done. Like I try to be it as professional as possible. I designed it really nice. So I walked in there with the mentality that it was going to be like a networking event. I thought that we're going to go there. People are going to be communicating or
B2B.
but it wasn't that. It was a lunch, and this guy, Chris, I forget his last name, but Chris, he was a speaker, and he was talking for an hour. And this whole time I wasn't paying attention to him because I had my decks. So I'm sitting at the table with a group of people and I'm pitching my company to like the guy next to me and the next person. And, you know, and so I'm pitching.
Chris don't exist.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just pitching my company. And at some point, somebody in the table shushed me, you know. He's like an older gentleman. He looked at me and he was like, shh. And I was like, damn, like, here's the man trying to close me. Like,
right.
So, but I feel some type of way. So I just, you know, I stopped and I was like, man, maybe, you know, I don't want to disrespect. So I'm just going to listen. So I started listening to this guy, Chris, and it's like he's at his last like 5 minutes of his speech. And he has like the takeaway from the whole hour that he was talking. And he said, if you're going to invest your money in cannabis, invest in cannabis operators. And then he was explaining what a cannabis operator is. And I felt that he was talking about me. You feel me? Like, I was like, yo, he's talking about me. Like, I'm a cannabis operator. Like,
Word.
you know, so at the end, they had a microphone in the middle of the room for people to come and ask this guy Chris questions. So there was like 2 people. They went up and they're asking the guy questions. And this guy next to me, I'm like, yo, man, like, I wish I had like the balls to go there and just like pitch my shit, you know? And he's like, he grabbed me through the arm, like he grabbed me like this. And he was like, go now. And he just said it with the powerful voice. And I just got up and went, you know? So,
Scared as shit.
Dude, my stomach,
Nervous,
like,
shaking.
I never ever felt my stomach like upside down. Like it was like, I
What am
never
I
had
supposed
that
to say?
feeling.
There's
I
a
was
million things to say.
scared, you know?
Right.
I was scared. Like I never had that feel. I never been scared like that. I never spoke in public before. I'm shy. Even coming over here talking with you guys, like I'm a shy person, you know? Like I'm not good at this. So like I didn't know what to say. So it's my turn and everyone ahead of me, all they did was ask this guy Chris questions about what he had spoke for an hour, you know? So I was like, hey, Chris, I'm sorry. I don't have no questions for you, but I'm a cannabis operator. I've been in the business for 10 years.
Keyword.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in the black market for 10 years. I just went legal a few months ago. And, dude, people got up and started applauding. Like, I got a stand-up ovation. Everyone was tripping out. There's a video of it on the MJ Business website, and you could see everyone like churning back at me and like, who the hell is this dude? So I'm like pitching my company.
Did
I'm
someone
like,
send him?
He took
this was
over,
set up.
You got to understand, he took over the luncheon, went up there and pitched his deck to the entire room at MJ BizCon.
Mind you, the guy that shushed you is sitting down.
Practically in tears.
So I'm like, you know, I'm like shocked, you know, like people are like applauding and they're like vibing with me and I just kept on speaking, you know. I was like, yo, and everyone there was just like super nice. Like, you know, they're like investors or people with money. And I have like a big orange sweater on, like with my logo right here. And I'm like the biggest dude in the room, you know, like size wise. And I'm like, yo,
see me out.
I'm
What's
here.
up?
I was like, as I'm finishing, I was like, yo, I'm going to be sitting right here in my chair, in my table. I'm the guy with the big orange sweater on. Like, if you guys want to talk to me about my business, come and holler. Like
That part.
Dude,
Now you set yourself up for business at a table.
At that event,
For the
at that
luncheon.
moment, like, I just noticing, like, the event was done. Like, everyone came and talked to me.
That's amazing.
There was a line of at least 40 people.
You could hear the wallets opening up, wanting to invest.
You can, like, 40 people came and they waited their turn to listen to my pitch. And the guy that shushed me got up and left because he didn't realize like the power that it was that I had in there. Like,
but even then, you know, we can't shoot the messenger. He shushed you.
No, he put the energy into
He
you.
did though.
Yeah, he did. He put the fire, and not only
He did.
that, he gave you enough downtime to let you hear a key word,
No
so
doubt.
you had something
It
to
did
relate
help.
to. Yeah,
It did help.
You had something to relate on
And
that
I
microphone.
think it's such an inspirational story. I think
It
it's super worth talking about. And I mean, Gina,
It
you're
is.
seeing this in day to day out there at these events. You know, more
I'll
and
be
more
at Champs.
opportunities.
I'll be
and
at Champs in Vegas.
A great example too.
Yeah.
And
So that, you know, that was really cool for people to like, and then like not only people that wanted to invest, but like what touched me the most was the people that also like didn't have the courage
to stand up
and pitch their
You
company.
didn't have the courage. Somebody
then-
mustered that. They put the whole gun into your guns. Get
And
your
then,
ass
you know,
up
so-
and go tell them about your business.
So when they came up to me, they like hugged me and was like, yo man, you inspire me. And then while they're there with me, then all these investors started coming, so they start pitching their companies too. You feel me?
That's
so
dope.
it
It
just
became the B2B. You
you
created
know what I'm
a
saying?
B2B.
Like it just
off
became
their
like
luncheon.
That's how you take over.
That's how you take it
now,
over.
That's inspiration, and it inspired you. You inspire us, and we've all got a caller here, another inspiring person in the industry. I'm going to take this call here. I want to introduce everyone to one of the baddest chicks in the industry, a true advocate, a person who does it for all the right reasons, and has set the foundation for a lot of people to be here. So without further ado, we got Nicole West on line 5.
Oh, that's my mentor.
Hi, Gina.
Hey, boo. I love you.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I got through. I was starting to worry that you were gonna be too cool for me.
No way.
Never am I ever. I'm trying to get my cool from you, boo.
We're trying to get Nicole West in the studio so we can get some of that good energy and that inspiration. And you know what? All around knowledge. Like if you want to talk about knowledge, one of the most knowledgeable people that actually read, you know, they are successful in this industry. And I don't think anybody reads more than Nicole West.
Man. When I say mentor, like I look up to this woman. Inspired, when you're inspired by, I'm inspired. Why this woman has gone from black market to corporate. This woman has held her ground when the ground got pulled from underneath her, you know. And
covers of magazines.
I mean, she's done
tables
amazing.
With the big boys.
She's got businesses. Yeah, of course she sits she runs some of these tables. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this woman, and I'm inspired truly by her. Just her time that she gives to me, what she shares with the community in cannabis. She's not bigger. Like she lets you know, I'm not bigger than anything, you know. And I'm here to help you grow if you want that growth. But be real about this growth that you need. I love that lady, man. What's up, Nicole?
I feel like I don't even deserve half of that, but thank you so much. I really just wanted to reach out to you on your first day of this show and say I'm so proud of you. Like, this is amazing. I can't wait to be able to come be a guest on your show.
Hey, well, you know, I'm a guest here, too.
She's the co-host today. We might have to make her permanent co-host now. If we got the Nicole West seal of approval.
I'll be here
she's
co-hosting.
She's official co-host, whatever we got to do.
If Nicole is present,
oh my gosh.
I'm co-hosting.
We should have a show. Me and you, Gina.
Well, woo. Yes, sis. Sheesh. I mean, look, Devin's in here putting work. He's throwing his hands up like, well, damn, I'm creating shows and stuff.
That's it. And after the Heavy Tea Grow show, there's going to be the Gina J and Nicole West Women's Power Hour.
Hello.
Yes. I fucking love it. I love it. Oh my God.
Sis.
I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you, though, and thank you for getting me on the show today. And all of those accolades are amazing and very, very thankful. But realistically, if it wasn't for, you know, every single person that tunes in and every single person that smokes weed and every single person that goes to these events, none of us would be here. Like, it's such a community. It's such a community effort.
Really is.
And, you know, it's funny. I make the joke all the time that I ended up where I am because I read a lot. Like, that's the funny part about, like, nobody reads more than me. I'm like, how'd you get that job? Like, I don't know. I just read a bunch, and, like, people ask questions. And I was like, the book said this. So, you know, that knowledge is power is the most important thing that I think, you know, the show and every show that we're putting out there for this industry needs to make sure that we take seriously. Like, we are the writers of the textbooks. We are, you know, creating this historical footprint for something that people are going to look back at, and, you know, we can either fuck it up really, really bad and build a really bad ground floor on a giant fucking building, or we can create some amazing structure, and it's really going to take all of us, like you guys, getting out there and being able to spread the word. There's never too much information. There's never too much empowerment. There's never too much community. There's never too much. So, like, it's just literally about all of us uplifting each other. Like, I want to have a podcast, but I'm like, I want to call in on this podcast.
Hello.
We need to support each other, listen to each other, like each other's shit, share it, be a part of it.
Yes, sis. Thank you.
That's it. Well, much respect to Nicole West for doing it all the right reasons. We all look up to you. And again, an advocate, someone who doesn't just live it, but, you know, really goes through it herself. She's been through
walks it, talks it,
all of it. So much respect, Nicole. Come out to the show in Long Beach one of these days. Let's get you on the mic.
Oh, we can catch her though too. March 25th, right? Women of Cincy.
Oh yeah, March 25th. I'm having we're putting together a women's empowerment event, the Women of Cincy. It's going to be in Los Angeles. We're really excited. womenofcincy.com. We'd really love to have everyone there. Oh, actually, a former DFC show host is going to be there. A Girl in a Garden, Emily Walters.
Oh, we love Emily.
Dude, Emily's going to be on my cultivation panel. I've got, just some amazing legal women in the law industry. I've got some amazing women in manufacturing and also cultivation. And we're just really going to be educating and helping each other and creating a network where we can really support each other in this business. And, when we can, buy from a women-owned business.
That's it. Support your women, guys. It ain't just about Valentine's Day and her birthday. Do it all year round, all right?
We love you for that.
That's what
Thank
up.
you for calling in.
Thank you,
Thank
Nicole.
you so
Grab
much,
that
guys.
jacket.
Much
I love you,
respect.
DJ.
Love you more,
Love you,
boo.
bye.
So, man, the energy that comes on this show, I super appreciate that. Scoob, you always bring the fucking heat. What's coming out with the new flavors? I got sidetracked. I got so excited.
That's all good. Yeah. No, me too. Man, we got a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of baked goods right now. We're doing a lot of cookies. We're doing a lot of brownies. We're doing a lot of like Rice Krispies. We're doing candy. We're looking into develop drinks.
Ooh.
We're doing chocolate is our new thing right now. So
That's my biggest problem, my
Yeah.
bedside problem.
So and then one of the most important things that we've been like really spending a lot of time on is dosing. So we're like developing,
microdosing?
not only microdosing, but making sure to hit like the right dosing and consistency every time, so like our products is always have the consistent,
yeah, if it was to get caught and ran on some type of whatever, they're figuring out how to test everything.
Yeah,
we tested this somehow. The sugar grain on here says everything in cannabis, somehow they know how to test everything somehow. I don't know.
So we have to take this call because they've been waiting for a minute now. What up to caller? Where are you calling from, caller? Line 3, where you at?
Line 3.
Is that me?
That's
Hey,
you.
that's you.
Everyone's probably saying me.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Maricela. I'm from Anaheim, actually.
What's up, Anaheim?
What's up?
What's up?
Thank you for calling in, Marcella.
Hi.
So,
Yeah,
you got any gardening questions or cooking questions, or you just want to give a shout out to Scoob, who's looking all good in his chef outfit?
Looking great, may I say?
Oh, I want to give a shout out. Let me give a shout out. Hi. To everybody, actually. I don't know.
Appreciate
No, I
you.
have a gardening question, actually.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you be successful.
I appreciate you guys so much for taking my call first. But, okay, so this is my first time growing indoors. So, and they're vegging, so I'm just wondering when I should transplant them.
Well, what size container are you in right now?
I have
Like a little
them
cup, a
in
little 1 gallon?
Yeah, a little cup, actually. They're at 35 days.
Yeah, so after about 35 days, I think you're definitely safe enough to transfer into like a 5 gallon from where you're at. Roots are going to get root bound in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the longest I'll go on a little small 1 gallon or Dixie cup is like 2 weeks, and then transfer that. If you're when you do transfer, we'll give you some tips here. Since it is probably going to be a little bit root bound, you're going to open up that pot and that you have it in. You're going to break the root on the bottom just a little bit. Then you're going to get a beneficial fungus. You can find one at your local hydro store. Any Mycos will do. Extreme, Great White. You go down the list; they're all reputable. And dusting your plant with that is going to help initiate the symbiotic relationship with the root zone. So you're going to be able to get the rhizophyre inoculated from diseases, and you're also going to help promote root growth on the new soil that you just transferred into.
This guy is like a genius.
It's real. It's not. It's real basic garden stuff. But if you don't know it, you don't know, and you can just leave.
I don't know it. I just learned with you, girlfriend. I'm over here in Anaheim with you right now. Like,
now, Marcel, I've seen people try to.
Girl? Shout out to you too.
Thank you, boo.
So, Marcel, I've seen people try to bloom in those pots before, and that's never going to be a successful situation. So I think you should transfer to at least a 5 gallon. I wouldn't go anything smaller than that right now, especially at 35 inches. You are going to have a monster in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And defoliating your plant is going to be your best friend. You want to get rid of all those extra leaves. Less leaves is going to help the air circulate better. It's going to help get rid of that duff and that narf that you don't want. You want those big nugs. You
want me to come be your best friend too and help you smoke it, girl? I'll help you figure it out.
Hey, you can come on over.
You know I will.
There you go.
Yeah. I have the Mycos pure mycorrhizal
Perfect. That's
inoculant.
it.
Mycorrhizal.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's a great question, Marcel. I'm glad that you called in with your gardening questions. We want to get you pointed in the right direction. We're gonna send you some Rizzoblast from Botanicare to help you with your roots.
Yeah.
We got some of that on deck. You can shoot us. You can shoot us your information. Stay online. Wait for the screener. He'll take your information and we'll get you taken care of. If he leaves you hanging, just DM us your information.
Slide.
Most definitely.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
You guys, educating, medicating.
Medicated.
Medication.
Yep,
this is the medication station.
That's
all right,
it.
It's like Sesame Street, but with more drugs.
Yeah.
That's
you got to
right.
watch that fucking Elmo motherfucker. That fool's got he's on bath salts. So, this is what we do it for. We like to entertain. We like to keep you guys and knowledgeable. We like to keep it serious for a minute. That's why we tell you the stories, some of these experiences. And
no doubt,
dude, it's an inspiration. Seriously, Scoob, you guys are doing it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
It's so fun
us.
watching you guys grow. And you got any passing messages? Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we take off and do the Heavy Tea Grow Show?
Bro, I just want to thank everyone that's been supporting us this whole entire journey. From the whoever purchased our first can of butter at one of our stands till any bartender that promotes our products at their stores. I really appreciate everyone. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that invite us to events like this. Or
I was a consumer, bro, in that black market. Tush stocks, all them stocks. I seen
appreciate
everywhere
it.
you
Thank
were
you
at
very
High
much.
Lives, wherever you were, bro. I was a contender for all of that. Where is Mystery Baking?
I appreciate that a lot, and
you guys know my girlfriend Cash because
Cash
she
Renee?
yeah Cash Renee. You know Cash.
That's
one person that made sure I had Mystery Baking in my bag. I be on stages, so I couldn't always get there. I used to do roll up show, and she would make sure she come and slide me some Mystery Baking because I love those.
I appreciate her so much. She started the
She's
whole.
the best.
She started her single-handedly started the Mystery Baking Challenge. Down one, get one. So
that was awful. People were downing fucking 1,000 milligram.
So that was her. Her friend started that. So she's like, "How can I get a free one?" I was like, "Well,
You got a down one.
down one." And she started a trend, and
it
then
went
became
down.
a thing.
And
you
it
know?
went down. But it's not
Hey,
hard
if
to
you're calling
down.
from a private number, we're not taking calls from private numbers.
No,
you gotta
I
call
don't know
in.
you.
I don't know who you are, Chad,
Nah,
but you
that's
ain't
like
getting
my
through.
phone. You can't get through.
But Gina J, it's been a pleasure having you on the show tonight.
Thanks
Always
for
keeping
having
us happy and medicated too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Green Mamba for keeping us lit this
Yeah, I
episode.
appreciate
This
them.
episode's high was brought to you by Green Mamba.
Yes, it was.
Scoob,
I'm still high.
much respect, my dude.
And thank you for
And,
inviting us.
Stick around for a minute. Let's get
No
lit.
doubt,
The Heavy
yeah,
Tea
yeah.
Grow Show starts right now. DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis.
No
Thanks
doubt.
a lot for tuning in.
DFZ Radio, stay tuned for the Heavy Tea Grow Show. Coming up next, check out this track right here, California, by the St. 562 and Baby Easy.
Candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby. The Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, riding down Rosecrans. Get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros potens. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean. Just west coasting through the coast with the potion and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass and titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the west coast. This life is like a movie. You meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California, 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 yeah, the county of LA. California,
Easy E, so don't be amazed. Same nigga, same flow, same mind frame. I'm all about the Lucci. Fuck minimum wage, cruising through these Cali streets, smoking on this OG. Cash rules everything around me, I need more cream. West Coast, get it in.